Hello! Hello everyone, we're back with more Final Fantasy XIV. So, yesterday we started, and we started a new character in Eorzea to play through the REBORN campaign as it is in its current state, because next month, on August 11th, it's going to be revised and shortened and made quicker to finish, which is good. I should make that very clear, that's good. But I still want to just have an archive of the original questline as it is. My cat is currently outside the door trying to decide if she wants to come in or not. She wants to be let in. One sec. Alright, with that awkward start out of the way, now the cat's inside. Oh well. Anyway, welcome in. We're going to hopefully get to play some dungeons today. Hello, Alana. We've done the first 10 levels of main scenario questline, and level 15 in the main scenario questline is when you get to do the first dungeon. Hello, Lyda. Oh, I need to remember the voices I was doing for the non-voice cutscenes. How you fare, Cinder? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well then, I have an idea where you might try heading next. Have you heard of the Skylift out in Middle Lenosha? If you have visited Weed Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down the thing at least once. It's the big bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff face. Odd labour that, and I hear they could use an enterprise and soul to pick up the odd jobs that no other bugger has time to deal with. Track down the head of operation, bloke by the name of Wicrit, and he'll be sure to put you to work on the task or two. Well, short and swift this time, that's nice. So we're going to go just pick up the Marauder questline over here. Which is in the other direction. Well, I can take these, right? If this is your first time watching, if you skip the first very, very slow first part of this, we're only focusing on the main scenario questline. So I'm basically skipping the cutscenes for the Marauders questline and stuff like that, because this is just focusing on A Realm Reborn, the main scenario. As much as possible. Sometimes you have to stop and do a bunch of quests to get gold to buy gear, as we discovered yesterday. But yeah. Oh my god, let me... There we go. So we're heading up to Middle Lenosha. That's in Lower Lenosha. Maybe we want to do that first, actually. Just for the XP. Yeah, let's do that. If I look behind me, it's because of the cat. She has a tendency to get, like, more clingy and whiny when I'm streaming. It's as if she knows. And she doesn't approve. I changed some keybinds in order to be able to play the game better as well. So that should hopefully lead to less moments of me being confused because the keybinds don't match my main. So I have done the Limsa opening storyline once before. It's the one I played the least, to be honest. Mainly because it has like the jobs that don't really do that much. It has Warrior, and it has Marauder, and it has Arcanist. Both fine jobs. I like Rogue as well. That's not a starting job or class. But I don't know. Ulda's the one I play the most. I just love Ulda, so playing storyline. But I've made characters just to replay the Ulda storyline and then like left them because I just like it that much. Gridania, I'll be honest, don't care for it. Did not care for the story at all in that one. So I've only done that one twice? Yeah, twice. Once as a archer and once as a Lancer. Yeah, Lancer. I've never started as Conjurer, huh? As I said, I'm not fond of Conjurers, so that's probably why. They didn't have certain customization up the street to work with, such as... The early quests are pretty boring, to be honest. But I mean, that's MMOs for you, and I know why they're like that. It's to ease you into the gameplay. What is it? Oh, you want to go out the door again? Oh my god. At least you can open the door yourself from that side. Okay. And now we're gonna teleport to Summerford. Oh yeah, we'll use the ticket because we're poor. Oh my god, she's whining. Okay. Oh, we're using the benchmark tool? Because yeah, that one is a bit more limited. Still good though, I've used it a lot. Oh my god. I don't know what's with her. Like, she was not whining like 5 minutes ago, and now she's just absolutely... I don't know if you can hear it or not. I don't know how well the mic picks it up. But yeah, while we're here, we can look at the horribly melted model of Limsa Lominsa over there. It is so ugly. For some reason, they have never thought to fix that. Maybe with the new redesigned areas for flying, maybe they will finally have gotten a better model for that. Which cat is it? Levy, the younger cat. I have two cats, or we have two cats, me and my girlfriend. We have two cats, we have Levy and we have Deach. They're named after the Nanoha characters of those names. Honestly, Levy's been like sleeping most of today. She's been sleeping in and on the new shelf. In case you remember that I mentioned we got a new shelf yesterday. It is now less in view than it was yesterday. It's right there, but yeah. Oh, that's the AoE attack. Need to relearn all the Marauder attacks because I never play as Warrior. Yeah, I should eat some food as well. XP boost and all that. These tend to be hell on level 10 actually, but since I'm a tank, it's not too bad. I remember I had a lot of trouble when I tried starting as an Arcanist. I mean, honestly, like, the friend I play with the most, actually mains warrior, has for a while. Don't think it was their starting job, but, yeah. Wait, really? Did I clear the entire first one already? That was fast. Oh well, that's good. We're Kit. Barderon sent you out here, did he? And consider yourself welcome at the Skylift. Look at that bloody cliff, will ya? One blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Let's look at... oh, we can't. Cargo still needs to get through, though. This mess of wood and pulleys was a solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. If the gods were kind, and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen more workers to handle my growing list of headaches. Give me trousers. Yay! Ah, great gobs of gobby spit. There's still a couple of passes left in the balloon. And what do you know, the bloody courier has already left. Here now, lass, you seem to have your hands free. Do a poor soul a favor and deliver these packages to the personages with the written on the cards there. You can read, can't you? This one's for Singative or the Foremast, and the others for Jessamine or the Neville checkpoint. Gay for pants indeed. Now we have slightly less ridiculous looking pants, just slightly. I do love this torso piece though. It's actually kind of surprising they give you such a pretty torso piece early on in the game. So, 1.0 talk. Best thing to talk about during downtime between quests. One of the major differences between 1.0 and 2.0, which is REBORN, is the size of the maps. This is one part of Limsa Lominsa, and it's tiny compared to 1.0's map. 1.0 had massive maps to explore, and it was all one big open world connected with loading tunnels to hide when it was loading. Problem was, there was nothing in them. They were empty. Tons of stuff you just copy pasted around as well, and you very quickly got to like recognize the patterns of the repeated stuff. On top of that, there was also just no jumping. Which, you know, doesn't sound too bad. It's a Final Fantasy game, you don't do that much jumping, until you realize there's also a bunch of, you know, invisible walls everywhere. Which meant you would just get stuck on scenery all the time. It's also a problem in Final Fantasy XI, but way less so than Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 was. You've come with a delivery from the Skylift? Please tell me it's the book my brother sent from the Lathagan checkpoint. Hopefully. Huzzah! Now I can spend my off-duty hours reading instead of losing my wages with throwing knuckles with the captain. The gods know there's precious little else that passes for amusement around here. But yeah, so 1.0's maps, like, I can show them at some point. I have a private server. Well, it's not running right now, but I have a private server for exploring maps in Final Fantasy XI. That's really all you can do right now. There are people working on restoring the game fully, but it's, you know, it's something that comes along very slowly. But yeah, like the maps are very empty. The city states for the most part are the same, except split into two halves. And there are some like major differences, like Gridania especially is very different. Basically, the only thing that's like the same in Gridania is the Adventurous Guild part. Oh, you come from the Skylift? You didn't happen to overhear any talk of undelivered packages, did you? Why, this is the very parcel I was expecting. Marvelous. The smell? Huh. I will be from the lavender patches I ordered from the Red Rooster stead. The soldiers here at Formas train until exhaustion, you see, often leaving them scant time to sluice away the day's sweat. The lavender fragrance helps cover their, bodily aromas. There we go. I don't know why I went with that voice. It was painful to do, but that's what I went with. I stick by my decision. Actually, like we're not right now. We're literally just delivering packages. That's actually a quest line later on. You can like start an actual post quest line and like take on job as a postwoman or postman for the Mughals. It's actually pretty fun. Oh shit! What voice did I give him? All sorted then. Thank you kindly, adventurer. It wouldn't do to have people whispering nasty rumors about the quality of our delivery services. With all these loading and unloading, there's always a chance that something gets left behind. We wouldn't even need the damn balloons if we could carve a ramp up the cliff face somehow. Bah, the city ain't got the gill of a time for that. Gill or the time for that. Well, with the beast tribes and the empire breathing down our bloody necks. All the competing cargo companies have to pool their resources just to get this little operation off the ground. Get it? Off the ground! Any road. We just have to do things the hard way for now. Give me boots. Thank you. Glad I am to see you again, Les. A wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity what sprang out from a million corn seedling in his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side before turning turning a tail and running for its life. I needed to head down the road, recover the seedling, and deliver it to Luf or a switch path in western Lenosha. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant, and you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an etherite in Switch Perch, so the journey should be worth your while. Yay! I still haven't gotten used to this game having gotten rid of stamina. You used to have a stamina bar, which using sprint actually used up the full stamina bar. Which doesn't sound too bad, right? Like you just have to wait for the stamina to refill. Except there's like a lot of classes use the physical attacks. A lot of physical classes use attacks that use stamina. So it was actually terrible. We could probably take on one jackal. Famous last words. Oh yeah, TP, we also call them technical points. It was essentially stamina. It was called stamina in 1.0. That's what I'm thinking of. There you would actually you have to wait for stamina to use skills. It was essentially a way to try and put the ATB system in place, I guess. It was removed after the restructuring, and the combat was made less awful as a result. Oh, and the other, there was actually two things. I don't know. I think that's what it was called stamina. It might have been the other thing, because there was also the way the game worked was if you wanted to level up your character, you had to play and take breaks, because after you had played for a while, done questing for a while, done stuff, your character would get tired, which meant that you wouldn't be gaining any more points from doing stuff, so you had to log off. It was essentially a way to try and minimize online game addiction, which was a big concern at the time from parents and the like. A lot of MMOs had like games telling you to remember to log off and do something else in a while. And they just capped XP, that was their way of doing it. It was terrible, and that was also lifted eventually. Because it meant, especially if you were just a very efficient player, you were punished. Like, even if you weren't like overplaying, so to say, you would just be like not allowed to make progress. on your character. Has Nemea herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a couple million corn, I at least expected a seedling to be delivered before disaster struck. Here. Is that my million corn seedling? Oh, joyous day. It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astounding. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swift Patch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, madame, seem fit to birth with vim and vigor. May I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? Give me gloves. If you give me gloves, I will help you with whatever you want. The calamity was the most horrendous event. It took from me my father, destroyed our home, and scorched our field. It crushed my hopes and dreams. All that I have left of my dear old dad is his notebook. He scrawled on a fair bit of nonsense in that ratty, dog-eared tome, but as I was leafing through the pages one day, I found a passage entitled For the Future. It described the location where my father had buried his earthly wealth, in an area that was once a bustling neighborhood. I was not aware our family possessed much in the way of treasures. Could the crafty rapscallion have squirreled away a bulging bag of gill or precious stones? Just think what a contribution I might make to Swift Perch revival with such a fortune at my disposal. The catch? Ah, yeah, the catch. The area is crawling with bandits and wild jackals. I need someone, that is, I need you, to search among the derelict houses in the flock and dig up the casket my father buried. Father? Father? Yeah, father. Let's go with that. Well, used to do that? I actually didn't remember that. I mean, I'm sure you're telling the truth. It's just that shows how much I remember from World of Warcraft. Because I played it when it was brand new, and I genuinely did not remember that. It's odd. I don't actually have much nostalgia for World of Warcraft the early days. Because I didn't really like it much. And yet, for some reason, I've been super tempted to get World of Warcraft Classic, and I don't know why. Like, I was even making plans with my brother, like, oh, we can play, we can do we can do a horde characters, we can do this, before launch. The only reason I didn't buy it when it came to be was because of Blizzard's, shall we say, fuck-ups. Which just put me in such a foul mood that I didn't want to give money to Blizzard. But now I'm like, I don't know why I wanted, and honestly still want, okay fine, to play it, because I didn't like the game. So it's odd. Okay. Yeah, I mean the rest of the system is still in place in this game. I think most MMOs of this style has that now. And it's a better way of doing it because it just becomes rewarding rather than punishing. Like, yeah, it still means that, you know, you earn more XP by not playing, but only because, rather, you catch up XP instead of losing XP, which is nice. So that's good. My father was a frugal man. Thus I expect the casket to hold quite a substantial bounty. Yeah, let's not get our hopes up. This is my father's entirely earthly wealth? Why, there's naught here but a fistful of wheat seeds. What in the Eosea could have possessed him to so carefully conceal such a mundane... Ah, I remember now. He once told me that our family's wheat was a stubborn weed. Well, He once told me that our family's wheat was as a stubborn weed. It was one of the few crops that could take root in this barren soil of western Lanosha. With these seeds, our lively fields could once again sprout golden stalks. Thank you! Oh, thank you! You have truly given the settlement the chance to build a new future. Yeah, spoiler, this place is never going to have golden fields. You there, adventurer. Cast your eyes towards the ruined beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide a ship sailing in the bay. I will march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty-bound to remain at my post. I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to the brewer's beacon and see if aught has befallen the Conswiss, the lighthouse keeper. Sure, did I do this? I did. Yeah, the blue bar on the XP bar here is rested XP in Final Fantasy 14. It's dark yellow until it reaches level up. I could probably remove the HP and MP bar down here since I'm looking up here for it anyway. I'll think about that. Oh. Level 13? We'll try. Yeah, take that, asshole. That's what you get for attacking me. You say a yellow jacket sent you here? Eh? Me light's grown dim, has it? Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb what fuels the furnace has up and buggered off, you see. If I don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just a messenger, lass, but I can't tell a venture when I see one. I'm going to need you to chase one of them bombs and bring back a claw what you ripped from its smouldering corpse. Take this here iron brazier and set it down in the middle of the flock, somewhere near the scarecrow. I'd say you get a nice fire going and a frisky bomb will soon be about. Watch you don't cinch your eyebrows, lass. See, that's one of the things I really like about the lore here. The lighthouse are powered by bombs, as in the living monsters bombs from the Final Fantasy series. Like, yeah, sure. That's definitely the best way to do this, you know? Oh, great. It's a fate in the middle of... Well, okay, it's probably fine, because it's not a... No, it is. Shit, fine. Let's do it. I think we get XP for it, so it's fine. I'm not making... Oh wait, you're supposed to destroy the nests, not the dodos themselves. Yeah, the early area fates are particularly mean about just being in the way. I don't know if I can do this, actually. These aren't meant for one player. Okay. Oh my god, how many fucking ones do they want me to destroy? Yeah, that's not happening. That is definitely not happening. So in the expansions, the field areas were made a bit larger. And one of the specific things they mentioned as a reason was that they wanted to make the fates not interfere as much with quests. Because this is ridiculous. This is a main scenario quest line, and I can't progress because of the fate in the way. Yeah, that's fine if you have like a bunch of players to do the fate, but we don't. I'm attacking these are my hunting logs, so it's worth doing these at least. I always loved how the dodos look. Like they're so, like they're absolutely wonderful in how goofy they look. This fate in particular is ridiculous too, because like it'd be one thing if if like there was a healer class in Limsa, so people starting out as healer could help people with this quest, which is literally just about being targeted by a million birds at the same time. But no, Arcanists aren't healers until level 30. They're very bad healers before that. So, you know, it's not good. Oh, we still don't have a belt. Oh yeah, we're at level 12 now. We get the the half-naked outfit. Both men and women get it. There's no way around. All physical classes get the naked gear between level 12 and level 14, I believe. I wonder if I can... If I can just, like, get close enough. Like, I might have to kill one dodo. I might have to kill this one. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Like a stun, right? No, that's good. Ah, shit. Oh, is that you, Alana? I could just stunned it now, when I think about it. Yeah, it is. Welcome to the party. Okay, we need to find a nest. Just keep me healed, alright? Where's the next nest? There. This is ridiculous. Okay, where's the next nest? These nests are really hard to spot because, like, so many dodos around that they just cover up, like, your entire vision. I don't see another nest. There. One more, I think. One more. Where is it? There. Yay! Wow, got basically no experience points for that. What hunts I have here, actually? All you need to do is take down the runaway bomb and bring one of his little claws. Ah, you got the ashy bastard, did you? Once I put a little firecracker in the furnace, I should keep things running for a while. I had myself a bit of luck while you were gone, and Lim Lane cursed me if the furnace went all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. I patched things up as best as I could, but I ain't no smithy. You might want to have a chat with a yellowjacket friend of yours in Swift Perch and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. We could teleport, but I don't want to waste the tickets. We'll be doing a lot of teleporting. Especially when it's Scion time later. Pray return to the waking sands, indeed. I should buy a belt while I'm here, because they have a battle merchant. Oh shit, what voice did I give you? Whatever. Furnace damaged, is it? Very well, I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must needs be effected without delay. It seems I have another favor to ask you, adventurer. Take yourself straight to the Armorer's Guild in Limsa Lominsa and explain the situation to Forge Master Hanansa. Okay. 1 golden feather is 10 more tickets. I have 25 golden feathers. Oh, why did I go to the Chocobo portal? That was not where I was going. There we go. I want to get some better accessories as well, but that's not too important just yet. Oh yeah, as you might have noticed there, I went through all the items we got yesterday. What are the skills first? So I really do hope we get to do at least one dungeon today. I can't stream as long as I did yesterday though, because I just can't. But we'll see. Where's the Forge Master? Yeah, the F Castle is the closest. Yeah, of course, a Forge Master. I know that. God, I don't know why I even asked myself. I know very well that the Blacksmith Guild is there. The furnace in the brewer's bacon needs repairs. Bear got speared. I just sent someone out to tinker with another week past. Perhaps the bomb Countfus is trapped in there was a touch too volatile. I'll have an out to send, visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing on the furnace. Your work is done here, adventurer. I'm the navigator to guide you on your journeys. Boots? Did I already get new boots? Oh wait, no, that was a while ago. Now I think about it, because we're just speeding through quests. I'd say to taking on some work for the Naldic and Vilmelis. We're a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this missile over to Otberg, the head shipwright at the Merby Dry Docks. For your first... Alright, that one. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces at the scale, but the actual construction takes place at the docks from the south of the Lower Lenosha. And so is where you find the main offices of Naldic and Vilmelis. The Morbid Dry Docks is one of Limsa Lominsa's most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the areas Aetheryte already have. Right? If you've no confidence in your sense of direction, you'd be best start making use of the Chocobo Porters. First floor the mizzen mast, in case you were wondering. Just choose your shoes to make a trek on your own 2 feet. Leave the city. Oh wait, no, I read it wrong earlier. I have not the 2 there. Leave the city through Tempest Gate and follow the route south. May the navigator guide your steps. You said Lower Lenosha, and I thought Lower Limsa, as in the lower decks. Robin or Robin? Y. Robin with a Y. I like that better. Otherwise, it's just too close to Robin as in the bird, which in turn means it's too close to Robin as in the Batman character, and I just can't shake that connection. But Robin with a Y, I like that. I like that. Very nice name. Alright. I remember the Morbid Dry Docks now. It's the place that's annoyingly out of place for an early Aetheryte. But we get to kill these on the way, and these are in our hunting log, so that's okay. Or not. I thought they were. Were they not? No, they're not. Don't know where I thought they were. Maybe they were in the first hunting log. That might be why. Now, I probably should have done what she said and used the Chocobo Porter. Those are actually useful in the early levels. You forget they are when you play and you just have access to your own mount. But they really do make you go faster, so... that is pretty good. Oh well. I never made use of them when I played the first time either. I just always went on foot. It's partially because I don't know. I just enjoy like I enjoy the walking in this game. Like it's just kind of nice to just there's something like very rewarding and satisfying about setting out for a destination and then like getting there after time has passed. It's the same reason why I love the Great Ocean in Zelda the Wind Waker. Like, I remember a lot of people complain it takes too long to get between islands and stuff, but I love that because I would just like set course, get the wind up, just put down the controller unless there was something that happened, and just like enjoy the cruise on my way there and do some other stuff while waiting, and it's just so relaxing and nice. Elite Dangerous, same thing there. I don't know, I like that. Hell, Final Fantasy 15 is like that too. One of the reasons I let the AI drive the car more often than driving it myself is just because it's just nice to just hang out for the ride. Even when you get later in the game, you can just like skip to the destination instantly. When you start driving, it's just like no, I'm going to just follow along. This place we will essentially not visit anymore after this until like patch 2.2's content. Wait. Oh, I did not know this. Route 13 of Robin with a Y is Ebola. That is brilliant. Holy shit. I love when stuff like that happens. When like a key, encryption key accidentally makes something different. Wow. You have a missive for me from the Forge Master Hanansa. I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of the materials they were over a moon past. Let's see it then. Blast and botheration, another delay. I'm well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Cinder, is it? Well, Cinder, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It is the symbol of Limsa Lominsa's rebirth from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the 7th Umbral Era. Thus we are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside the thalassocracy. Difficult words. Call your fox them. Yet even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Be you fair warned, there is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. Sure, give me pants. Wait, did we not get the... Oh, that's alright, right? Yeah. I could have sworn the pants you get in Gridania for physical classes on level 12 are more ridiculous because they're like Like, they're basically underpants checked. I'm used to getting those for some reason. Why am I used to getting those? I don't play Gridiron that often. Oh, it's because of... But yeah, no, I don't know why. It's because I played Lancer and I played Archer. Where in the 7 hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Cyril Smith, who recently left Candlekeep Quay to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa Lominsa, but has yet to return. I have sent several missives to Halbroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. The man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Halbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Okay, sure, I'll get your threat to that person as quick as possible. What are you doing now, cat? No, don't do that. You sure are a troublemaker right now, aren't you? Yes, you are. Did we attune to these right? I don't think we did. Robin Molcott. It's a good name. Yeah, there's that self-righteous dog Otberg doubt that I've never told him anything less than the truth. He sure does, in fact, slash doubt. I'm doubting you. Oh, I forgot to turn off Steam Overlay again. Turtleback Island? He cannot do that, can he? I swear my poor Nana's grave navigates to rest her soul. I know naught of the Cyril Smith nor his precious supplies. Else we here at Quay have enough trouble these past few suns, over the sinking of the Lominsa cargo ship of Salt Strand. I have the time to take a proper piss, let alone make no scrag I wanted to see enough to grip. Now, the way I see it, if you have the time to be standing here questioning my character, you must certainly have the time to get that ass of yours down to the Salt Strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows? You might just run across this Cyril Smith everyone seems so eager to find. Here's hoping the navigator hasn't found him first. The navigator is referring to Lim Lane, the patron deity of Limsa Lominsa, in case you were not aware. Hi, I'm Cyril Smith. You say the foreman's wondering on me whereabouts? I thought it might be. You must know I cannot show me face at the dry docks since I righted this terrible wrong I caused. 2 nights past, I made a trip from the dry docks to the Candlekeep Quay. Just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs, so I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we were halfway, twixt shores and ship, the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yards, and 'twas long before the waves had hold of us. Try as we might to steer the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into the Lominsan galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the Salt Strand. I made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with quickern, and I ain't one with a sword. And now you see why it is I can't return to the dry docks. It's just quickerns. Is that how you pronounce it? Quickerns? Genuinely don't know. We're already playing for. Scare the shit out of me, cat. We're already playing for an hour? Huh. This really is a slow game to start, huh? Oh, this might have been a bit more than I can chew, actually. At the same time, we're not that far off from level 15, so it should be fine. I'm just going to run away from these because they don't give me much XP anyway. Oh yeah, I forgot they added special running animations for all the various weapons in the game when you're in combat. That night, I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long before the world around me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. Below, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the seven hells, and I woke to find myself washed ashore, and here I've been ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage my master's cargo. My missing parts. I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but first I must stop by the quay so that I might pay my respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Can you tell me, Outbrim, that I'll be back at Dry Docks by daybreak? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. Yeah, what are you playing as, by the way, Lyda? Like race and starting class. Mikote, nice, nice. Mikote is still my favorite race. I just need one more. Oh, Marauder as well. Nice, nice. I mean, it's a solid tank. I think it's considered the best tank still, unless Dark Knight has taken over that slot by now. Was there not a new one? Oh yeah, Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker's the new tank. I have not gotten the hang of the Gunbreaker yet. The Gunbreaker is strange to play as. I've leveled it like quite a bit actually on my main, but I don't think I'm doing a good job of it. God, remembering all the various voices is tough. The storm with the deep voice. Yeah, that's what the one. Yeah. I'm relieved to hear that both Furl's made and the supplies are unharmed. Though it was foolish for him to believe that I would blame him for that which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seas here adjacent to Drydock were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered off Canopy Puer was less of a natural sort, the sort which the Sahagin have been known to conjure. Okay, I mean, he still, you know, he still basically got a fisherman killed, but you know, fair enough. Cinder, when I originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to Nalek and Vermillis. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Gimtota, head... Gimtota. Gimtota, head of the watch here to Drydock, believes that pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I recommended you for the task. Despite all Limsa Lominsa's endured before, during, and following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who would turn their backs on the city-state so that they might line their pockets with a few handful of coins. Just the thought of it sickens me. Pointing. Kimbota. Ah, the interest ruined me. But yeah, it's pirates probably. Ah yes, I had a feeling you would be the one Atbrim sent. Since you first arrived at the Drydocks, I have had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It is simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That, and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which, I must admit, is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well then. I assume Atbrim informed you of what the task would entail. The pirates you believe are conspiring to raid the Drydocks were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men, posing as a lost adventurer, and see if you can somehow learn their intentions. Is it sir? Because I'm guessing that's probably a Makota name, and I think C is sir. Senango, stationed at the rear gate, can provide you with the exact location of the camp. If you don't know, Makota names, if a Makota is of the Seeker of the Sun clan, their names tend to have a single letter, an apostrophe, and then their name. The letter actually denotes what family they belong to. Not family, but like, well, no, family basically. So like, Yashtola and Jamitra are sisters, and when they talk to each other, they just say Mitra and Stola rather than Yashtola and Jamitra. And yeah, I was right. It's Mikota. So it's I believe it's C. but I'm not entirely sure if that's how you pronounce the C, but I think it is so. Cinder! I knew it! No more sardines for Zanongo. Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon of the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going in with some of the other guards on who Akbrim would recommend for the next job. My money was on you! Ha! Yeah, yes, of course. If you follow the road past the gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to the Barren Cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Nemea, the spinner. Yeah, I'd be surprised if the pirates camped up there were aware of that, though. Well, that's the thing. Their clan is Seeker of the Sun. But I guess tribe would be accurate for the letter then, yeah. That's the thing, like... Oh, I'm walking the wrong way. Because Seeker of the Sun and Keeper of the Moon are two clans. But within Seeker of the Sun, there are 24... yeah, let's go with tribes. Sub-clans, families, creeds work. Well, 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 look at that. Fireflies. Joss Whedon's overrated! Babylon 5 was better! I can't think of a third Firefly yoke! Wait, is that not it? So you kill more? Okay. I should really check these things before I attack them. 4, not 3. Okay. Alright, it's that song from a couple of years ago that was popular by that synth person. I'm old. Owl City? Yeah, Owl City, that was it. I'm giving you to the count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your venturing ass back down to whatever rock it is you crawled out from under. See, it's sad that eyes add me up to me ears with your type, roaming the ears like there was yours to roam. It's getting to be a man's can I enjoy a mug of rum without some shite brief outlander running up asking which is the way to the local live might. 7 else if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit! False balls, once we have my boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pisshole of an island so far behind me, ain't no one remember I was here. Come on, Scrags. We's knives to sharpen. False balls you hear a lot in Ulda. Especially from REBORN. Why was that a cutscene and not just a diary? It was like 3 text boxes. Could have just put those up. So the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they're indeed planning something. What is this talk of getting me boy back? Could it be the target was never the victory? Something is not right, and I won't sit by idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I should order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help, Cinder. It appears we were wise to put our trust in you. Hello, sad game music! I am concerned, Cinda. It appears that the pirates that you investigate are on the move. They creep over closer to the dry docks, so I must be sure they mean to target the Victory herself. Assume they mean to target the Victory herself. You just said that probably wasn't it, but okay. That ship is the symbol of everything Limsa Lominsa strives to become. And I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion, and you, Cinda, are just the woman to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the dry docks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guards submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Earthworth at the front gate or Zenago at the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. I actually regretted, speaking of the secret of something, I'm technically a keeper of the moon, my Mikota, but I kind of wish, my Mikota is named Yozora, and when I learned about the naming conventions, it was after I created Yozora, and if I had made her a secret of sun, I would just made it like Y apostrophe Zora, so it would still be Yozora, sort of, but it would have like fit lore better. Instead, I just went with that my character is actually from not from Wilbrand, but from God. What's the eastern continent called? Or the islands? Because the continent is Aldenard in the west, but not Doma. Doma's a nation. Hingashi. That's it. Hail, adventurer! Glad to have another hand aboard to help shore up security. The gods know reports would sit on Gimdol's desk gathering just if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. I'll take a closer look before he has a chance to cover his tracks. It sounds a bit too perfect, doesn't it? Ah shit, it's up there, isn't it? I now remember why I don't like this area. Oh. Sunset? No, sunrise. I can't even remember what time it was 5 minutes ago. Spotted me, did you? You're too late. What's to happen is already happening. No, you can't jump down here. You're going to be able to on August 11th. I'm assuming at least, if they're going to make this area like flight friendly, they would have to like remove a lot of invisible walls after all. Ah. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to disband the party because we're about to do a solo duty. Yeah, I thought so. I don't need to repair. This is the big final duty of the Limsa storyline. I don't remember how this goes, actually. So you found one of the pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid. What could those knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening? Captain! Trouble at the shipyard! Okay, that voice is not fitting that person, but I picked it, so... Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates! Out of nowhere. Stuck me good. Yeah, that's pirates for you. Gods below! We are not prepared for this. The pirates, soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could quickly count. Seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there's no time to lose. Cinder, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage those intruders. I will see to this man's wounds, then follow after. Make haste! Now! Yeah, this was actually a bit cooler than the Ulda one. The Ulda one just starts instantly, like in the big battle. But here you get to actually like run around a bit. The Ulda one's really good though, because like you're fighting alongside an army, and it's like really cool. Well, army, a squad. Yeah, I haven't done this in a year, probably? No, it's been more than that. I don't know when I last did this storyline. No, it was a year ago, yeah. Yeah, I remember now. Never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but the plan worked like a charm. Ah, what are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. I was smart enough to give those two the same voice though, because they're just probably supposed to, because they're... Well, we'll get to it. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important the ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. What it takes to knock some sense into me, treacherous, backstabbing son. They're related. They won't be important after this cutscene. I mean, after this duty. Imagine a boy of mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright, and building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. What on Lim Lane's wide green ocean made you take up these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, Dad. Don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. I did not remember they were related. Ah, I wonder why Atber never spoke of his father. I never would have thought. Oh, the ship's a symbol, alright, of everything that went wrong with the world, and I'm shattered into 100,000 pieces. Gimthota, Cinder, pray be the TARDIS blow the sea slug and make sure no harm comes to the victory. Will do. Part of me almost wished that we did the Hilda story now, because I could talk about how this fight, well, the equivalent to this fight in the Hilda storyline, was completely broken, like completely broken in the beta, to the point where basically no thaumaturge, that's the black mage class, could actually finish it without having to, on foot, walk across the entire world map, get to Gridania, pick up Conjurer as a class, learn Cure, which at the time you could cross-class with Thaumaturge, and then so they could be able to cure themselves during the fight. It was ridiculous, because for some reason the fight had only been like properly balanced for paladins or gladiators. So it was a complete mess. So you just had like a huge queue of dead thaumaturges by the entry to the duty. Because back then, if you failed a duty, you just laid dead outside of the duty starting point. It was hilarious. And there are screenshots you can find online of this line of dead bodies from the beta. I wish I had taken screenshots of them myself. I don't know why I didn't, because I have a ton of screenshots from the beta, but somehow I didn't think to take pictures of that, which you'd think that would be the first thing I took pictures of. That was hilarious. But then we wrote in the beta forums like, hey, this is completely unbalanced. We can't beat this without having to like completely cheat the system. And the problem was all thaumaturges agreed, but a bunch of gladiator players didn't pick up on the fact this was only a problem for thaumaturges because we're squishy and can't take a hit the way gladiators can. So they started arguing with us, being like, no, it's perfectly balanced. I did it on first try and I was only level 15 and stuff like this. And it was like, yes, you're playing the tank role. Of course you can survive being hit with a poison and a few hits from a demon. It's like, we can't. We couldn't, because like the poison would kill us faster than it would take to drink antidotes, because you have a timer on items. So the poison alone would kill thaumaturges. It was ridiculous. But that was a good time. That was a good time. One of those like obvious things you could notice between beta and release, like how they fixed it. I must be getting old. Letting some green venturer get the best of me. Duh. I know that was short for dad, but it just looked like he said da, I guess in Russian. That's one big bloody ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did ya? Wait. No, there's one more duty. Right. I'm thinking of the wrong duty. Sorry. My thanks, Cinder. I shudder to think what may have become of the victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get to sorting out the docks. And my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Every day my father had a way of turning my life upside down. Pray convey my thanks and my apologies to Gimthota. I forgot this one more duty. I thought this was the duty where a thing happens. Am I early? Am I ahead of my... No. I'm not ahead of the quest. Well, I'm just misremembering stuff. How fare you, Cinder? I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defeated more than a simple ship. Defended more than a simple ship. Okay, that's a good screenshot for Twitter ship debates. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa Lominsa from a violent demise. The day is yours. It seems a security regimen will require much in the way of improvement if we are to truly keep the dry dock safe. Outbrim apologizes? Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, the incident was hardest on him. But in time, I believe we'll come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the victory completed and in the water. Ah, by the by, the pirates we defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Rainer's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered the most unusual object. Should you have the time to spare, I would ask of you another favor. Okay, just give me that curious. Cinder, in light of your role in recent events, there are few others to whom I would entrust this task. Since last we spoke, 10 seconds ago, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of the XIV, the pirate behind the plot to sabotage the victory. This missive was penned in a most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of code. Needless to say, anything which a proven enemy of Limsa Lominsa deems worthy of enciphering is likely to be of great interest to the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none among us can make any sense of the message. In a case such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont to turn to Balderon and his connections. Thus, I would have you deliver this missive to the propriety of the drowning wench, into his hand and no other. Do you understand? Let's go to Summerford Farms. Finish up the Marauder quest. Yeah, I don't know why I always keep... It's not the first time I've forgotten the amount of solo duties that are in the city-state stories. Because they're the same for all three of them. There's the first encounter with the Sign character, your Stola in this case. Then there's the Golem fight. And then there's that. Then there's a one more fight, the one we just did, and then there's the final fight of the city-state story. I said that the one we fought was equal to one where you're fighting alongside a squad in Nulda. It's not. The next one is. This one was actually equal to when you're fighting alongside Papashan in Nulda. Over some kind of... It's like a thievery thing? I don't remember, it's been a while. But yeah. It's already past a half an hour since I activated my food. God, time really just flies. Oh. That scared the shit out of me. Perseus dropping by on a behemoth, which obviously you won't fight here. But you know, for a split second I saw a behemoth run in, and that was scary. That was the mount you got for buying the collector's edition of... Oh wait, was it? Yeah, it was. For buying the collector's edition of REBORN. For a second I thought it was the Day 1 edition, but no, the Day 1 edition was, or rather all launch copy editions, came with the Coral mount, I think? Helm. Now we can actually change classes, but we're not going to do that, because then we have to start over with leveling. But now we can change classes, which is cool. No, Sid Goggles was 1.0. Sid Goggles was 1.0. Collector's edition in Europe and certain day one editions. I think it depended on your region. Otherwise, you also could get the Onion Helm, and it's still the only way to get the Onion Helm, even though the rest of the Onion armor was only put into the game in a Realm Reborn. I'm very upset about this because it's absolute bullshit. But at least there's like another version of the Onion Helm you can sort of do some stuff with. The red Onion Helm. There's also a black Onion Helm, which is also only 1.0. It was like super rare, and they've never put it back into Reborn. Ahoy there, Cinder. I've been hearing about your deeds with the Drylox. Ought to been laid out in tight tale for me. Poor soul was still reeling at this old man's part in the business, but at least he kept the victory from being sunk before she sailed. And for that, I owe you my thanks. You really made a name for yourself here in Limsa, lads. Folk know that when they need something done, you need something done. And what might that be? You want someone to read a message written funny ladies for you, and Gim Totter for I might know a man that could? Well, let's see it then. Aye. I reckon I might know a canny bugger who can read stuff like this. Ugly sod by the name of Badron. Yeah, like one of my regulars now, Cinder. You never let me down yet, and never get to help me. I reckon I can trust you. Kim thought I was right to want to smash it deciphered. We got some trouble in brewing. Yeah, no mistake. Get ready for action, and I'll explain. Well met, lass, and welcome to the Drowning Wench. Consider me place your home away from home. This town's famous for letting any bugger in and for doing not to stop and leaving, so you better get used to dealing with free spirits. Most folks still recovering from that thrice and calamity though, and are in sore need of your venturing talents. Do your best to put things to the right, and I'll do my best to help you out when you need it. That's the regular NPC talk. What the fuck? Good to have you aboard, lass. Now then, where to start? Back when I was younger and nastier, I earned me living as a sellsword. In that business, if you wanted to know what your enemy was up to, I'd learn to read the orders you prize from the calls their hands and its mails. That's how I came to know how to read your message. Truth be told, the script was only too bloody familiar. Then Sir Hagen led us, and I should know, I've got more fishback messengers than I can count. It gets worse though. The plan to blow up Victory is all in here, right down to the fine details. Looks like they meant to raise 8 kind of hell in Western Lenosha and the Maelstrom's new flagship in the confusion. The point being the attack on the Victory weren't an act of a few rebellious pirates, was a key part of some canny bastard's grand plan. But if I'm reading this alright, the attack itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw you was onto them, rushed in to do the job and buggered it up. The two-faced bastards say they were paying Anthem's old man. They were the Serpent Reavers, right? But none of the crew was there, was they? Did they have something better to do or what? Oh look, the twins! I have not noticed that before actually. Seven else! I've got it all backwards. That mess at the Victory. That was meant to be the bloody distraction. The fishbacks ain't interested in the Maelstrom's baby, they're after men, just like they've always been. This isn't the pirate's lackey after a civilian target. This bit about raising hell in West Lenosha, that's where it'll be. Some tell me Swiftpatch's about to get it, and hard. Oh, get hit and hit hard, but no H, so it. Yeah, okay, yeah. Because we'll get it. It's a bit different. Here's a rough translation of the message. Take it to Commander Rain at the Coral Tower and tell him it's in for a busy day. Oh, and give him an hand, eh? You can be damn sure he'll need one. No, it's a bit too late there. It got dark in that screenshot. This outfit though is like, why it's so sad you don't have abs on most races as a girl. Only as Hyur and Ro. Marauders Guild. Yeah, I've actually been meaning to get a hold of a original Onion Knight helmet. Because I think the codes are still functioning. At least people are still selling the codes, which, you know, could be a scam, but it feels like at this point it would have been called... Oh my god! No! Did you see that? That was Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, they were... That was a fantastic cosplay. Yes, I'm Rainer. Ah, you must be the adventurer whose name seems to be on everyone's lips. You are to be commended for your part in the threatening plot to destroy the victory. Now, what can I do for you this day? You bear an urgent message from Balderon. Why do I get a feeling that my hopes for a quiet afternoon are about to be cruelly dashed? Tell me, what's afoot? An assault on Swiftperch? We've seen nothing to suggest the Serpent Reavers are massive for an attack. Even so, it would be foolish to discount the possibility. Balderon is rarely wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. I concur with Balderon's assessment that the attack on the Dry Docks was intended as a diversion. Swiftperch has wild several possible targets for the main thrust. Come on, sir! Oh, wow, I completely picked the wrong voice. Report? It's the Sahagin, sir. They mounted a large-scale assault for South Tigate and turned to overwhelm our defense of it today. The garrison requests immediate reinforcement. By the Navigator, it seems my decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give the order to march. Aye, the Serpent Reavers are in league with Sahagin, which means there's every chance this assault on Tigate may yet prove to be another feint. The fact remains, however, that we can't ill afford to ignore it, and that leaves Swiftperch vulnerable to those pirate traders. It is times such as these that I wish the warriors of light yet walked among us, but wishes will avail us naught. Lesbrin, you must serve in their absence. Make for Swiftperch with all haste and lend your strength to the squads I can spare for the settlement's defense. Now we're gonna do the last duty. Yeah, I did get Swiftperch. Good. I have a wound on the inside of my upper lip. And my teeth keeps hitting it. It hurts like hell. That's one of the reasons why I'm stumbling with words as well, because I keep like just feeling like a bit of pain. And also I stutter. I've had a stutter all my life, but yeah. Wrist flaw. Commander Rainer sent word we were getting reinforcement, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly look like you've seen your share of action, though. You bear little resemblance to the wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. Oh, that's the first guard we talked to, right? In any case, you know what you're fighting for here? This place, Swiftperch, was rebuilt by folk who stood strong in the face of every hardship the calamity threw their way. We're not about to let some fish-fancying scum claim the honor of being the ones who finally broke their spirit. We'll give those pirates bastards one bloody elm, you hear me? Here we go. Here they come! Okay. Here now, I thought all them yellow jackets worms were meant to be busy. I use a scrag ain't follow the plan, does he? Now what, pull back and wait for us to hug him, brothers? Piss on that, we ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk will be your blood what stains Lord Leviathan's altars. The yellow bellies, you can butcher at will. Them dirt-eating slugs will be crushed under the full might of the serpent reavers. Seems Twitch Perf was the main target after all, eh? Squads 1 and 2 protect Townfolk. Squad 3, you're a rear guard. The rest of you, we meet this charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore word of our victory. Or no word at all. That was not how I was supposed to be delivered, but I messed up the line. For Limsa Lominsa! Haha, yeah, I got all your yellow bellies and dance on your gizzards! Yellow bellies are the name of a dinosaur in Land Before Time. 13, I think. Void Scent! First time we're fighting a Void Scent. Well, if the chicken was put in the sink, I'm guessing it's food chicken. It's probably to thaw the chicken. Well fought. The Reavers are beaten and scattered. I'll take some men and hunt down the stragglers. Oh, there may be more than lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. Now can I mention the Void Scent? Like, that's literally like demons. Technically they're from the 14th world, but like, they're demons, as far as we know. The source of her strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite my enemies. Ferrets are cute. Again, that's a void scent. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. Yeah, so this was the fight that basically killed you as a thaumaturge in beta. Because the masked mage would put poison on you, and this gargoyle would hit you, and your cast timer was too long for you to just run away. So yeah, it was a mess. When springs this mwahaha right that the venom eats its way through your veins? Yeah, now I have poison on me. But it doesn't really matter much because I'm a tank and the fight has been nerfed. A fearsome opponent against whom you shall not stand alone. An unwelcome guest, no matter, all shall fall before me. No mortal shall possess such strength. Well, this is nothing. Just wait until the 5th expansion. 4th expansion, 5th version. Get this confused. The wisdom of the paragons should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons, did he say? Then it is as I feared. They are known as the Bringers of Chaos, or Asians, to give them the proper name. It would seem my suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Pardon? You would know if we Charlians have encountered Asians before? I've never spoken to you of my homeland. How do you know from whence I hail? Wait, I do begin to see. You've been blessed with a special gift. You were right, lass. If I'd known a mean bug like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have left a squad or 6 to keep you company. Well, at least now we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those reavers were the ones spiriting folks away in the dead of night, and this bastard here was pulling all the strings. A thrive seems simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never thought to find such a sense of carnage. Yet we prevailed, and thanks to your heroic actions, I have learned much. I mean, she is amazing. Aye, heroic is the word. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't been here, friend. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Y'shtola. Please give our regards to the Science. I am glad to have played a role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbing spate of abductions. The thread of your fate forms a part of a most intriguing tapestry. Mayhap we will be afforded a chance to speak more in a near future. For now, however, you must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Pray send my greetings to Commodore Reyna. Yeah, we love Y'shtola. Y'shtola is amazing. One of the best characters in the game. and in the entire Final Fantasy series, honestly. A crystal of darkness? Well, the crystal of darkness stuff will not be important for a very long time, but they do set it up there, huh? So now we have a few cutscenes, and then it's time for the... We have a few cutscenes where we're going to travel to the 3 city-states and talk to people in each. And then, first dungeon. Which, considering how little I slept today, is, because of how late I played yesterday, it's going to be the end of the stream, but we should definitely be getting there, because well, there's nothing left to get there except watching a few cutscenes, so... Lesperin! Eager have I awaited your return. Word of your exploits is already spreading throughout the ranks. Our troops and I owe you a great debt of gratitude for your timely assistance. You have shown yourself to be possessed of sure arm, strong spirit, and sound judgment. Would that Limsa Lominsa had more of your like. I have little doubt that you shall one day join the ranks of Yorska's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. Clearly Balduran's eye for potential remains as sharp as ever, though I doubt that even he imagined you capable of such feats. Might you favour me with your own account of today's events? Such victories bear retelling. The Stola has been working with us for quite some time, you see. And she was only too willing to assist the Yellowjackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Limsa Lominsa yet again. Needless to say, after your parting thoughts in the attempted sabotage of the victory, and a small matter of your deeds to Swiftperch, you too have proven yourself a valued friend of the Thalassocracy. Wow, first try this time. Okay, guessing time again. Admiral! And here's another one of the best characters in REBORN. Merlwib. May I present to you Admiral Bluffishwin. Merlwib's her first name.
So, this is the adventurer I've been reading about in the field reports. I am Merlwib Bluffishwin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa. On behalf of my people, I bid you thanks for the deeds you have done this day. A token of our gratitude. What worth is high regard without just reward after all? Ha! Since you first set foot in our city, my good friend Balduran and Commodore Rayner have taken turns at regaling me with tales of your exploits. Safe to say, they left an impression. Join me at the coming banquet. A seat of honor at the celebratory feast is the least I can offer the woman who foiled the Sahagin.
Oh! A seat at the feast.
Oh, and don't be late. Your fellow guests will be eager to take the measure of their newest hero, and some do not take kindly to being kept waiting. Till then, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
Yeah, Merlwib is awesome. Like, she's really cool. Out of the, I'm not sure what I was going to say. I am not sure you understand just how unusual it is for the Admiral to invite an adventurer to a state banquet. It is a highly coveted honor, but even the officers under her direct command rarely afford such recognition. But I will not deny you have earned it. Many of the tasks you have performed in service to the philosocracy have been both difficult and dangerous. This is a reward for all your efforts, a nod to your many achievements, both large and small. Has the enormity of this moment yet to sink in? Perchance you will realize its significance when you stand before the assembled dignities of Limsa Lominsa. And now that I imagine the scene, I realize that you will require a attire suitable for the occasion. I suggest you visit the ranch and see what Balron can arrange. He is surprisingly knowledgeable about such things. Whee! Yeah, let's just run all the way there. It's probably technically faster to go through the Aft Castle Aetheryte, but only barely. Yeah, you can tell I'm tired. Like I said, I barely stepped anything after last night's stream. Well, if it ain't Melroyd's guest of honor. Obnobbing with the light and might. Obnobbing with the eye and might here now, is it? I tell you, Lester, I damn near snorted ale at me nose when I heard the news. You've come a long bloody way, you have, and that's the truth. Oh, one thing for sure, you'll want for decent grub. These banquets are catered by the bleeding Bismarck, no less. It's a grand chance to fill your belly to bursting with fine and, more importantly, free food. But we can't have you turning up your shite cake venturing gear. No, the ear of the hour needs a touch of refinement about her, if only to stop for complaining when she stuffs her face with cake. Take yourself over to the Octant and speak to Janassim of the Bruggiers Consortium. She'll furnish you with somewhat ladylike to wear. I've already had a word with her, so all you need to do is pick up the goods, then bring them back here, so I can tell you what's what. In the Uldar storyline, what's the nearest Aetheryte? Not here. You just need to wear an earring, a little purple earring. In the Gridania storyline, you have to wear a wooden mask to go to the banquet, or the equivalent of the banquet. Good evening, miss. I assume you're the underdressed lady Balron mentioned. I see he was not exaggerating. I've chosen these especially for your debut in polite society. Fear not, I'm certain you will absolutely adore them. Been to Janassim, have you? Let's have a look at that box then. Here we go. A nice pair of dress shoes for you. Alas, might have much else to her name, but as long as she got these pair of shoes on her feet, there ain't no way she can't go. Think of them as a gift from me and all the other folk you've done right by along the way. Aye, it's a very moving gesture, I know. Just don't go welling up on me, Willing one for Limsa's new hero to down at the banquet are soaked in their own tears and snot. Any road, that's your gob sorted. Now you just need to settle your nerves. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll tell you where you're meant to go. You're ready then, are you? Good. The banquet will start soon. If you're waiting any longer, consider me civic duty to hit you over the head and drag you there. Now make sure you're wearing them fancy shoes when you turn up, alright? Carrying won't do any good. They're meant to make you look like a lady, remember? Not a lady speeding lackey. As for directions, the feast been on the bridge, the Admiral's briefing room. Speak with Santa in Bulwark's Hall, and he'll show you the way. Just keep the head high, Has. Keep that head head held high with no H's. Just keep that head high, Les. Yeah, let's go with that. After everything you've done for Limsa, you have a good reason to be proud. And don't let no eyeborn bugger tell you different. That's beneath us, right? Yeah, it is. So if we just take the... Where's the... There. Dress shoes? Fancy dress shoes. An adventurer wearing fancy dress shoes. Oh, now those awesome fancy dress shoes. Come, adventurer, I will show you to the briefing room.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, join me now in honoring this woman for her services to our great nation. May the navigator guide and protect her on her journey till sea swallows all. These pirates you encountered with the tattooed faces, they call themselves the Serpent Reavers. Their ranks are formed of cutthroats and madmen who have pledged themselves body and soul to the primal Leviathan. From what we have gathered, they sought to swell their numbers by spiriting away any soul unfortunate enough to cross their path. I need not tell you the depth of the animosity between us and the Sahagin. How any seaman worth his salt could devote himself to the fishback's god is a question for a more temperate mind than mine. But, thanks to you, our citizens may once more go about their daily lives, safe in the knowledge that they will not be dragged into the darkness by those execrable curs.
Such an extraordinary glow. This is one of the crystals of light.
By the navigator.
After our encounter with the Gubu, you had a vision, did you not? Of a towering crystal. You bathed in her light.
Okay, yesterday I said that I wondered if Stola had the same voice actress as she does now. She does not. Now it's very evident that she does not.
Y'shtola's conclusion is clear, and I see no reason to doubt it. You are the vessel of a higher power. This being from your vision was the Mother Crystal. Your description matches what little we know of her. And if she has chosen you, then your deeds may yet shape the fate of nations, as once did the deeds of the Warriors of Light. Know you the tale? Like you, they were not of these lands, yet they fought to protect us all against the corruption of the Primals. When the Garlean Empire began its conquest of the realm, these heroes joined the Grand Companies and helped reforge the Eorzean Alliance. And at the Battle of Carteneau, they took the field beneath our banners to fight for everything we hold dear. It was on that day, in the midst of that hell, that we lost them.
And that's the short summary of 1.0.
Every soul who survived that battle will never forget how it was to fight beside them. We are proud to call them our comrades. Yet whenever we try to shout their names, the sound dies in our throats. And whenever we strain to see their faces with our mind's eye, naught but their shadows appear to us, set against a blinding light. Ask any true Eorzean who knew them, and the story will be the same. It is for this reason that we call them the Warriors of Light. When I look upon you, I cannot help but be reminded of them. Keep that crystal safe. In time, I believe the Mother Crystal will make clear her reasons for bestowing it upon you. Heed well her words, adventurer, for it is Hydaelyn herself who speaks.
Battle of Carteneau.
Flames to the fore! Victory belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of!
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it costs them their lives.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes forward!
We are being watched.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. God preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
God damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me!
They really did that. I'm still not over that they actually did that. They actually made a fucking snake gag in this very important cutscene. Most of the voices later on are better.
Damn it! Damn it all to the 7th hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir.
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain.
God, I fucking hate people who just add you to free companies.
The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
So the link shells is how communication is done at a distance in Final Fantasy
The
14.
outcome of this battle was long since
It's
decided.
originally for Final Fantasy 11. You have a thing called a link pearl, literally placed in your ear, and you can use that through with magic to communicate. And it's also how the chat feature in the game is canon.
Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or
Free
what?
companies are guilds.
We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir. To your positions.
Kasbamul, Sogin Muese Donzul. Logalo, Asawad Deken Bet Mubut. Imaratwe, Kiskatoga Hats Wadadorns. Sees Nigem, Fizdun the only Lamrai Sadai Dorn.
Morning, sunshine. A bit much for you, was it? What happened? Ah, you don't remember then. He keeled over in the middle of the banquet and caused the right star. I had to carry you back to revenge myself. Ah, I said carry. It was more a matter of dragging and rolling. Too much cake, I reckon. Any rot, don't retreat. This little one day was exhausted everything you've been through lately. Your little nap seemed to have put some colour back in your cheeks though, so I'll leave you to it. Bugger, I almost forgot. The Admiral wants to have a word with you. When you feel up to it, talk to Santel and He'll let you into the command room. Oh, and stay awake, eh? I'm told old Mary was in the middle of telling you a story when you started snoring last time, and I doubt she'd look kindly on if you repeated a trick. Yes, now we're going to get the mission to go report to the other city-states, and then we're off to the first dungeon. Greetings, Cinder. Admiral Bluffworth awaits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Ah, Cinder. It is good to see you on your feet again. You are recovered? Then let us waste no time. I have a task that needs doing, one I will entrust to no other. Oh, sorry. The duty I remind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made other plans. To business then. I have penned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartenau and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It had been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship, and the warriors of light who might once have given them hope are gone. Yet we must press on regardless. We never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartenau. These letters contain the details of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa. That is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions, a quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. I knew you would not disappoint me. The task shall take you far beyond the borders of our nation, to the city-states of Gridania and Uldar. A grueling journey, to be sure, where to travel by sea and land, but I mean to have you take to the skies. An airship pass, to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave for the landing connected to the bridge. But before you depart, I suggest you trouble Balderon for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each destination. The old bastard is nothing if not well travelled. It's a pity I cannot issue such parchment with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times, when births were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the clouds risks drawing the eyes of the Empire, and every voyage must needs be borne out of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved. Nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Aye, Cinder, your deeds do not go unnoticed. Full many see great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer, and discover the realm for which so many have fought and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. I can't do Merlwit's voice at all, but, you know, what can you do? Oh wait, no, I had to go to the Drowning Wench first. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are you? Personal bleeding envoy? So you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance. Bugger me, I knew you were going up pretty well, but I didn't realize you got that bloody high. I'm proud of you, lass. Thinking of how far you've come, why it's enough to bring a tear to me eye. And if that ain't the ale talking neither. Well, not just the ale at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering you my way. Of course, it's only the start. Now you got your hands on the airship pass. The whole of Eosia's laid out before you, like a fair maid on a featherbed. And she's a big girl too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. If you think of Lominsa's as characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers of Urania, or trade coins with the crafty merchants of Ul'dah. And then there's the wild places where the beasties rule, no buggy with an ounce of sense its foul. Ugh. But you're a venturer, so I wouldn't let a little thing like that hold you back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. There's an heap of troubles what plagues every nation see. They ain't just ours. I'm talking intrigue and infighting, beastmen and their goddamn primals. Aye, it's an ugly side of life, and sooner or later you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager there's bugger all out there you can't handle. Someone tells me you're going to be just fine. The realms are rough, it's true, where folks are beginning to recover from the beating the calamity dealt them. Call me an hopeless optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things around. This is the perfect time for a venturer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? Greetings, madam. This is the Count of a passengers traveling to Gridania. Well, wait, aren't you the famous adventurer? It's Cinderlesprin, isn't it? I thought I recognized you. You are an inspiration to us all, madam. Highwind Skyways is at your disposal. Will you be traveling with us today? And there we go. We have finished the city-state story and joined the main story. Oh wow. Attention all passengers! The airship bound for Gridania is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. I do like this cutscene a lot, like everyone you have helped goes to wave you off. It's the same in all city-states. It's always just like, it's a great one. Good fortune to you, Cinder. The day will come when your name means the same as Aero to the folks of this realm. May you walk in the light of the crystal. I don't know why they have this as an FMV instead of in-game. It's all captured in-game, so like... why?
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till Lake lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great Midgard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest.
So that battle is actually from the opening cutscene to Final Fantasy XIV 1.0.
Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods.
Now it's in game.
Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balthar.
Love this villain, by the way. Gaius Van Balthar is a fantastic villain. That's a character all around.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech Research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus' plan.
Nero! Speaking of fantastic villains...
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Ohad, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased. At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of magic.
I hate that the red in the helmet doesn't match the red of the armor. I don't understand. Why? Why? It's my only issue with Nero's armor. Oh, foggy today. So here we are in Gridania. Ah, you must be the envoy from Limsa Lominsa. Welcome to Gridania, madame. The elder seeds here awaits your arrival. Greetings, good madame. You are the Lominsan envoy, are you not? I received instructions to assist you. Pray make your way into the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nofika's altar. She will admit you to the lotus stand, where the elder seed here awaits. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that Gridania is one of the city-states that actually changed the most. Well, it is the city-state that changed the most since 1.0. This area specifically was not changed. Although, this hill right here was a bit steeper and had a more clear wall, and an invisible wall which cut all the way from here down here. So anyone who tried to like just save some time and do this would just be hit by an invisible wall. Or if you're coming down, you're like, oh, I'm gonna turn in here. Invisible wall. It was the worst. Remember, you couldn't jump back then. No, that's the wrong one. This one is closer. Yeah, I mean, that was the design. A lot of the issues with 14 1.0 come down to, well, it worked for 11, so it should work for 14, ignoring the fact that 11 and 14 were nearly a decade apart. Like 11 released 2002. And was in development as early as 1999, possibly 98. And this came out in 2010, so like, no. You're the Lominsan envoy. Begging your pardons, madame, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Verily, this is the seal of the Admiral of Limsa Lominsa. Please, come with me. Hey, Kanisama.
So you are the Lominsan envoy. And an adventurer besides. The realm owes much to you and yours. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself.
Well, yeah, 11 released almost 2 years before, WoW. I mean, that's why it's so unlike World of Warcraft. Because World of Warcraft was where all MMOs changed. all the MMOs before World of Warcraft were very different in gameplay styles. And then World of Warcraft exploded in December 2003, I think. So all the ones releasing afterwards tried to emulate World of Warcraft. And a bunch of the ones before World of Warcraft changed their design to be more like World of Warcraft, such as Star Wars Galaxies. EverQuest did that as well. Final 11 has never done that though. It just remained completely archaic and designed for consoles for the past 18 years.
I am Khan-E Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder.
Oh, sorry.
I understand you bear a message from the Admiral.
A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday the Guardian Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in alliance. But unbeknown to us, the Guardians sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot. The Meteor Project, of which the lesser moon Dalamud would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for the Cartano Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion. More bloody a battle I have never seen, and would never wish to see again. Yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalamud continued its descent, and from it emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blinking of an eye, while our own forces fared little better. That any among us was spared defies explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When at last I awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land, which had but moments before been aflame, now seemed to be a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Archon Louisoix may well have been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from Cartana. And so we were left with countless questions, and no prospect of an answer. Yet such matters did not long occupy our thoughts, for we had graver concerns. The calamity, as the devastation wrought by Bahamut has come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Eorzea. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation could do to nurse its own wounds. Yet if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the Alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions should be made for a service here in Gridania. You have done the people of Eorzea a fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You, meanwhile, are bound next for Ulda, are you not? Please send the Flame General my regards. Ah, and if you would be so kind, I should appreciate if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill behaved late, My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and be very welcome if the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ulda and beyond. Oh yeah, there were quite a few MMOs before WoW. I mean, WoW. World of Warcraft. In Swedish we say WoW. And there was, of course, Ultima Online, which is where the term MMORPG comes from. Before that, they were called MUDs, Multi-User Dungeon. After that, some big ones included. Is that someone cosplaying a Japanese kindergarten? Amazing. After that, we got stuff like Dark Age of Camelot. I think Asheron's Call might have been before WoW as well. Final Fantasy XI, as I mentioned. EverQuest, of course. EverQuest was massive. So yeah, there were quite a few. Greetings, madame. This is the Count of Opacius traveling to Ulda. Oh, are you not Cinder Lesperin, the Lominsa envoy? On behalf of all of us at High Wind Skyways, may I say what an honor it is to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? The spiritual successor to EO. Which one? Ultima Online is still active. Somehow. It's been 23 years? Worm Online. Huh, okay. Because I backed Shroud of the Avatar, Forsaken Virtues, which was Lord British or Richard Garriott's new RPG. And, well, it's been many, many years and it's still in pretty rough state. Yeah, the reason... Oh! Can you see her? She hasn't appeared on camera before. That's the Arch, the older cat. It was a good call to put the shelf there. Another cat's climbed it. Yeah, Richard Garriott came up with the term MMORPG because he didn't like MUD. Which, to be fair, was it wasn't a very great term because once you got to games that weren't just dungeons, MUD didn't make much sense. In Japan, they were just called network game, Netoge. They're still called Netoge. I mean, they do use the term MMORPG, of course, but generally you just say Netoge. So, for example, Phantasy Star Online, which also predates World of Warcraft with several years, was marketed as a network game. They actually kept that term for the English release as well. Of course, nowadays they don't do that for the English release. Ah, you must be the envoy for Limsa Lominsa. Welcome to Ulda, madame. The famed general awaits your arrival. Oh, she's exploring the wall. Very curious she is being. Oh, you can actually see a carbuncle there as well. You see that blue thing right there? That's a carbuncle lamp that I got my girlfriend as a is that a birthday present or a Christmas present? I don't remember now, actually. I think Christmas present. Welcome to Ulda, madame. We'll be expecting you. Flame General REBORN will receive you in the fragrant chamber. Please take the lift down to the hustling strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. This is the wrong way. Okay, I'm going to the Ruby Road first because I want to attune to the Aetheryte. Yeah, if I do this... Oh no, she's just cut off by the camera there. Yeah, she's gotten very bold lately. She used to be like really shy. We actually got the arch because the home she was in, like she couldn't take it because there was like kids there and stuff and other cats, and she just like she didn't feel safe at all, and she like just got scared and ran off and stuff like that. So we took her in. We've had her for a year and a half now, a little more than a year and a half, and these days she's quite bold. She's the cat in charge of the house, and the younger cat listens to her. And she even started climbing around. Like she would like not at all climb stuff before, unless she like smelled catnip or something like that. But now she does. She's a good cat. She's a ridiculously pretty cat. Like her fur is really, really nice. Proper calico pattern as well. She is like grey, white, and pink, essentially. Yeah, I've been wanting to show her off on camera, but she is not comfortable with being picked up much. Like sometimes it's okay, but not much. Unlike Levy, who is very chill about it. So I've shown her on camera before. Lominsa and I assume. Would you be so good as allow me to inspect your missive you bear me then? My thanks. Ah yes, the Admiral's seal. Please proceed.
Ah, a guest from Limsa. I thought I smelled stale ale. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Mervyn says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Sahagin. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Rauban al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
Rauban is an amazing character as well. Katana. I remember bloody Katana. Do you know what happened that day, adventurer, when we took the field against the Guardians? So my counterparts have educated you. Kana's pet's giving her trouble, is it? Well, she should already know my mind on that subject. Wolves are beyond taming. It's but a matter of time before they bare their teeth. So it was with the Guardians 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by the Legatus Stolisos Galvus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Ilsabad to heel, and so the Legatus became the Emperor, and his republic an empire. Oh, Stolisos Galvus. An empire which then set sights upon Neosia. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing, and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Guardians have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander, Legatus Gaius von Balsa, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, to Britannia and Limsa Lominsa as well. Ishgard don't really care. For the calamity brought a lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely had the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, adventurer, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The guardians there, and the elder seeds there will not let it go unnoticed. All the other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear. And if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Merlwyb will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen, and we'll remind the people of what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Shall I inform the Sultan and the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good, sir. The Admiral will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. Ah, my lady envoy, I trust your stay in the Sultan has been pleasant. Now, if you don't mind me asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa Lominsa in the near future? If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied a Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with Bardaron, the proprietor of the Running Wench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job for a capable adventurer. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Bardaron would therefore be pleased for you to offer him your services. He's speaking as if I don't know Bardaron. Because, you know, he's written to say that to... Well, you will only pick up the quest in Uldar if you start in Limsa, though. So why would they write it that way? Oh well. It matters not. It's time for the quest we've been referencing since, I believe, the opening cutscene? One of the most memorable quest names in the entire game. And I don't mean Call of the Sea. Welcome to the Running Wench. Sit wherever you like, lass, and I'll be with you in a... Well, if it ain't the one and only Cinder Lisborin. I was told a distinguished venturer per pot of duty. Fancy adventure being you, eh? Yes, sir, fairly on though. This ain't my job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to go down like Bleeding Mary. If you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in on the details. That's right. It's probably pirates. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it some suspicious looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Sastasha Sea Grot, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north to Aleport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But since that nasty business over Swiftpatch, folk been a bit uneasy. Well, I say a bit. It's all I can do not to soil. It's all they can do not to soil themselves every time they bloody fall back creek. If you will permit me... If you would permit me, Master Bardaron, I would be happy to elaborate. Well, if it ain't Chief Yellowjacket himself, to what I owe this rare honor, Commander Reina. Come to make sure my patrons are behaving, or just thirsty. Neither. In fact, I came to welcome Cinder back to Limsa Lominsa. It is well you have returned. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Airport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squadron of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sastasha Sea Grot included. The search revealed little, save that a family of Curls had taken up residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha again. With Sahagin testing the defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal, a line as stretched as it is. Thus I sought the service of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it is settled. Sastasha is located in Western Lenosha. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult with Melpia. Ship can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard it, man. Good luck to you, Les. Okay, here we go. It's probably pirates. First dungeon quest. Gonna invite Alana. Oh yeah. When do those NPCs first show up? Oh wait, no, not yet. Fisherman's Guild. You hear about Commander Rainey's investigation, and you want to board a ferry bound for Airport. Once you arrive in Western Lenosha, though, you'd best to pay a visit to the Hall of Novice before you blunder into Sastasha. No way. Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and their folks that will prepare you, train you with the skills you need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of Airport. Head inside, and one of the season's adventures will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Oh wait, do you actually have to do that these days? Seriously? God, the Hall of the Novice is something they added in like Heavensward, I think? And it's this big tutorial on how like to play the Trinity roles. You do get like free gear out of it, which technically is the same gear you can get in the dungeons that you play, but like with a different color. Which really just makes looting in the dungeons pointless, so I personally don't like doing it, even though the gear is actually really nice. It's called brand new gear, and it's like this black version of the dungeon gear. But god, I didn't think you actually had to do the tutorial, like, I assumed it was optional still. I mean, I'm just going to... I'm just gonna skip. This is not like main scenario, it's tutorial. Okay, I can skip it. Okay, I just have to be informed of it. Oh, apple catching. Just gonna kill that while I'm here. Okay. Oh, and dust basks as well. Might as well take them as well then. And hedge. Oh my god, it's just like everything I need for my hunting log. Oh, I didn't need to do that one. Let's see. Probably need like one more dust bat or something. 3 more dust bats. Oh, okay. There's one. The reason I'm doing these is because like I want to make sure I clear my hunting log. Because it's useful, it gives a lot of XP, and oh, Dark Helmet! Yeah, there's a Spaceballs reference in this game. It's this A rank, I believe, hunt called Dark Helmet. I told this story on Twitter. I told this. I talked about this on Twitter a few days ago, but all of Mel Brooks' like famous comedies have different names in Sweden. Because of course, the producers, which is about producers setting up a stage show about Hitler, called It's Springtime for Hitler. Well, in Sweden, they just called that movie It's Springtime for Hitler. Det våras för Hitler. So you know. Fair enough, that makes sense. I mean, it's about that, so okay. But then that movie got so popular that all of Mel Brooks' comedy films afterwards, they just called It's Springtime for, and then whatever thing it was parodying. So like, it's Springtime for Space, it's Springtime for Dracula, it's Springtime for Frankenstein, and stuff like that. Not even trying to like match the original title. The only exception to this, for whatever reason, was Robin Hood Men in Tights. That one was just called Robin Hood Men in Tights, although in Swedish. All the other ones was Springtime for something. Including Blazing Saddles. That one is the it's Springtime for the Sheriff. Makes no sense, but that's what we did. Some of them have got revised titles later, like Spaceballs is now called Spaceballs in Sweden, and Dracula is now Dracula Dead and Loving It, or Dead and Happy, to have the exact Swedish translation. But yeah. Oh hey, let's talk with these random NPCs that I'm sure won't be that important. Oh. I'm sorry, Ever. I came as fast as I could. I tried haggling with the merchants, but 2 potions were the best I could get with the money you gave me. I had no idea how expensive they were. What took you so bloody long, Edda? If my purse was too light, you might have considered using some of your own bleeding coin. What are you doing, cat? To get us what we need. You've only ever been useful as a contest of useful as a contest of your pockets. The gods know you can barely heal a scratch. We took up the venture in life taking on the big jobs and claimed the big rewards. How are we meant to do it if we can't even get our supplies in order? It's there. The one Badron was talking to. Well, we'll see who gets the glory. His job should have been awesome in the first place. And you're so slow you'd lose a foot race to a T-slug. This is perfect for an inaugural outing as a party. Wandering around in the caves, turning over a few rocks. How difficult could it possibly be? I never expected our first visit to the adventurous guild would yield such a straightforward way to win fame and fortune. Well, I'm sure this party will do just fine. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft side out for a stroll. I can't take any more of the blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umbra? We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Stasha, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet seen it for myself, but this lot belongs to those fishbacks fancying serpent reavers. Well, you can imagine the panic it will cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue-faced tattoos. There we go. Let's do this. First dungeon. Having a healer and a tank means instant Q! Yay! Alright. So one of the few quirks of this dungeon in particular is that you have to go read a note over here, which Georgina is doing now, to find out which color coral you're supposed to be interacting with later on. Blue. Okay. It's essentially a secret coded message that you find with a color mentioned in it, or a word that sounds like a color, depending on which one you get. It's randomized every time out of 4 colors. No, 3 colors. Green, red, and blue. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, okay, that's true, you are. You are watching a stream. Oh god, this part. This clam only takes damage when it's open, so you have to attack it before it closes its mouth and then repeat, essentially. So one thing I missed that gladiators have at this point already is that gladiators have a move called Flash, which just like instantly provokes all the enemies around you. So you just run into a group of enemies and hit Flash and like do that twice, and you're like you have them focusing on you for the rest of the fight, at least for the early stuff. And like all tank jobs have a skill like that, but Warrior and Marauder get theirs a little later than Gladiator does. Oh shit. I didn't even notice that the other ones were aggroed. That's on me. Switch to the battle window, just in case the other party members start talking, and you know, I mean, they don't know that I'm streaming, so it would be kind of rude. Alright, one clam left. And blue was the color, so we're gonna go to the blue coral. There's a hidden switch beneath it. The switch is beneath all of them, but if you pick the wrong one, you get attacked by additional enemies. First boss! I wonder if I can stun that attack, actually. Ah, I can. Nice. Oh, that's for me. Plunderer set isn't as nice as the DPS set, rather the Caster set, which is the Acolyte set. I really like that one. Actually, the ranged DPS is actually really good as well. I mean, the physical DPS. I don't remember what that one's called though. Soul Striker might be it. Actually, I don't think about it. So I wonder if this party will be okay with me doing the full dungeon. So there's some optional rooms. Let's find out. I'm not sure going this way. This is an optional one. Let's see if they follow. It partially depends if they even know it's... Oh wait, they're also new players actually. Then it's just good for all of us to actually do all the runes. So you don't get the full map and additional XP. Yeah, I didn't mention it. The little like thing I have here on the HUD, it shows my current stance. That's all it does right now, but we'll do more stuff later. Right. I need to remember all the optional rooms now, because most of the time you don't do them when you're used to the game. You only do them if you need the additional XP, which you only really do when you're at this level. Oh yeah, let's pick that up. Good. And so basically the reason the Jello Yakkers didn't find anything is because they didn't like figure out how to get past the coral. And just thought, oh, nope, nothing here. And yeah. Missed the entire, just countless numbers of pirates being in here. Complete with like kidnapped people and everything. This is another optional room. The fact that this room is optional though is pretty fucked up, because this is where you free all the like kidnapped people that are down here. You take his key and you open this up, and in here is a bunch of kidnapped people, specifically women. There's one more optional room left. And it's this one, where pirates are drunk and fighting each other. There we go. All of the optional rooms and optional kills done with. Good bounty of XP, and we got these rooms on the map, and you get a bonus for completing the map. Oh wait, there's one more room. Good thing I checked the map there, I would not have noticed that. Go. Now we've done all the optional rooms. Optional rooms are essentially only a thing in the dungeons in the REBORN. People didn't like them, so they made dungeons in later expansions more linear. Which sounds bad when you put it like that, but it honestly just makes it more streamlined and easier to follow. No one wants to get lost in a dungeon because you're often playing with strangers and you just want to get to the end, like get your loot and continue the story. Or if you end up in a dungeon like in a roulette, you don't want to be stuck in there all day. So it makes sense. I do still miss it from time to time though. It's something that fits better for like single player RPGs. Where you're only wasting your own time, you know? Fighting Captain Madison again. He ran off last time. He let the dogs out. Hoo 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 hoo. That's all the howling you're getting from me. Or barking, I guess it would be technical. If you want to, you can actually run at the same pace as Madison here. And if you're like high level, you can just like run past these enemies without bother. You can actually get to the end of the dungeon before Madison. Which is pretty funny. Done what? Reference to let the dogs out or run past Captain Madison? Nice. Who let the dogs out? That was like, fuck, that was, what, like 1999 or something? God. It was such a popular song, too. Yep, yeah. I'm gonna have to listen to it after the stream. It's in my head now as well. Fuck it, let's do these optional kills as well, just because we can. 2000, okay, yeah, that's close. I just remember that like I was in grade school when it released. I mean, the 2000s, like, the year 2000 is just the honorary 90s anyway. It's too early to actually, like be what one thinks of as the 2000s. Just like 1990 is still part of the 80s in a way. I mean, that's how 10s work. You start on the 1, not the 0. As far as I'm concerned, we're not on a new decade yet. Alright, it's over, Captain Madison. There's nowhere for you to run now. Oops, the Saha can kill him. Oh, I should probably read out that line, shouldn't I? You silly ass spawning grounds, Showalker. There. So this boss fight, you're supposed to go stop these ripples by going in and right-clicking on them. Otherwise, they will spawn mobs that come and attack you. But even when you're new adventurers these days, you do so much damage so quickly that you can just ignore them. Even if some mobs pop up, it's fine. Like, you can just power through it. Or maybe not, because our healer is disconnecting. That's a bit more of a concern. We cleared it! That was Foe Striker. Oh dear, that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Literally the worst timing you could have of like 514 crashing on you. I'm sorry about that, Alana. Anyway, as I said, this is where I have to call it a night. We have been streaming for 4.5 hours, which means no, we haven't. 3.5 hours, which means that I've barely streamed less than last stream, and I said I was going to be shorter this stream. We did what I wanted to do. We played a dungeon. Next time we stream, we'll be doing 2 more dungeons at least, because they're coming right after this. I'm not sure when I will stream the next time, because I also have a Doom 3 planned for the weekend. But if you follow me on Twitter, you'll find out. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you around on future streams.